Hi guys, welcome to a new video on Twin Flame Spirit. It's about twin flames, it's about healing, it's about feeling feelings, it's about crying, it's about upgrading, it's about awakening, it's about realizing the powerful divine being that you are and all that you are not, the by society programmed version of yourself. And today we have the topic of this is what your twin flame hates about you, or this is what the divine masculine hates about the divine feminine. If we want to speak in categories like that, I know you guys often do think in these categories. I do a bit less, but I want to adapt and be understood. So we might as well talk about the divine masculine. Of course, it can be the other way around. You can be the one, that is being in the position of the divine masculine. I think all that you got by now. Like if you've been watching some of my videos or even on other channels. So yeah, let's dive right into it. What is it that the divine masculine hates about you? And I do admit that it's sort of a very intense title, right? The word hate is very strong. So sorry. My throat. So hate is a very strong word, and of course I use it on purpose because it is actually it is expressing what I'm trying to convey. So even if it's a strong word, I feel it's pretty on point. So let's cover the basics. What is the basics about twin flames? First of all, you are one. You're one being, you're one consciousness in two bodies. I'm still convinced about that. I know I can't go out and prove it. I think science is always a step behind spiritual knowledge and divine truth. All they do is sort of try to prove what some people feel as being true, and they can't really prove it, but it doesn't mean it's not true just because you can't go out and write a paper about it and everyone is like, oh, okay, gotcha, right? So it's about, what was I saying? About you and your twin flame being one. Yes, I'm still convinced about that. And so as you're one, you are bound, not bound, yes, you are bound in through unconditional love. Like the bond between you is unconditional divine love. So in truth, like that being the truth, in truth, your twin flame, of course, never hates you or never hates even part of you. You're perfect to them. You're all they ever desired. You are made for them. You're like the version they dream about, and the other way around, right? They're the version you dream about. They're the version that you know is perfect. But that is in the truest and in the most healed and the most complete and the most divine version, which a lot of people aren't yet, right? That's why it's a process. By the way, I support you on this process. That's what we do in coaching. Sometimes I get comments from people of like, what does it even mean to love yourself? How do you do that? What does it mean to be your true self? What does it mean to not be your conditioned self? And how do I get there? And that's very valid questions, only that it's not something I can answer in a comment because that's actually the process we're all on, right? That's the process twin flames are on. If you're in union or not in union, if you're in separation or not in separation, if you're fighting with your twin or speaking with your twin or you're not, like if you have to do with twin flames as a topic, as a process, then that's what you're doing. You're becoming your true self, and you are getting back to this pure state of yours, which is you're bound by unconditional love only. Now, this allows us to go deeper into the topic of today's video, which is, what is it in truth that they hate about you? Well, they hate and they reject, very important. I think you'll know what you mean, right? Reject, no. They reject everything but that. They reject and they hate everything but the true version of yourself, the true divine version that you are, the true unconditional love between the two of you. They reject everything that isn't that. So what is that? That is the ego-based stuff, right? They reject and they hate what you are not. they hate the fakeness. And fakeness is probably not the right word here. They hate the conditioned you, this conditioned by society, the what you are not truly, what you are grown up, like you were brought up to think about yourself, but you're not actually. They hate the ego cardboard version of you that complies to what is expected of them or of you, or what is expected, or that you they hate the version that you became through trying to be loved by the outside, let's say your parents. It's always your parents. um, you adopted certain default mechanisms in certain situations, and you developed a version of yourself that became who they are because they were trying to get love from the outside, because that's what we all do as babies and kids, right? We try to be loved because if we're not loved, we're not going to survive, because they're not going to feed us. If we're not fed, we're going to, So that's what your twin flame in your life, like when they come into your life, that's what they eventually will reject. The non-true you, the not true version of you, the conditioned version, and the what you are, what you made yourself into and you identify with, but in truth, that's not your true identity. So they hate that, in the sense that they can't deal with that. And instead of telling you every day, like, this is not who you are. Honestly, Claudia, this is not who you are. You're actually much more than that. You're actually not who you think to be. You're actually not all of these things that you think are you and define you. Instead of doing that, they might just go, I can't talk to you. Or they might just block you in every possible channel of social media. Or they might just block you on their phone, or they might just refuse to talk to you, or they just might move away. Or it's never something evil, as I say in many other videos, and that's very important to stress every time. They're not evil, they're gentle, but in their gentleness, they're very precise, and they're very determined to make you see. They're very committed. They're very committed in their rejection. They're very committed in telling you in this most compassionate way, even though it might not feel to you like very compassionate, in this most compassionate way, that they don't agree with the version of yourself that you chose to be, instead of being the beautiful, amazing, true you that they are so in love with, right? And that's how this journey goes. That's how this process goes, is by basically them blocking you in whatever way, be it, in real lifetime thing on social media, or be it like in a more general, more, I can't find the term, but like in a more general way of just blocking you energetically or not wanting a relationship with you. That's actually what they're telling you. They're like, go have a look. Go have a look where you're not being your true self. Go have a look where you're not loving yourself. Go have a look where you don't think you're amazing and you're beautiful and you're thriving and you can do everything you want and you're an expression of God and you're an extension of God and you can choose an amazing life for yourself and you can have everything you want and you can be everything you want. That's what they tell you by retrieving, by maybe leaving you alone, by by not talking to you, by not texting you, by not living with you, by being with someone else, because guess what? They have to heal their own stuff too. It's not their own stuff because it's shared, because you're one, but they do it their own way. And that's eventually, or actually, what they hate about you is the non-you. It's the ego you, and that's what you're called and asked to look at. And that's what you're asked to heal and let go of. And again, I'll help you with that. I support you in that, because it is very challenging to do that on your own. First of all, you don't know how, as I see in the comments. And second of all, it's challenging. You might just want to give up. You might just want to move on, in order to what? To then 2 months later, 2 years later, realize, oh, I can't really forget about them anyways. So I might as well do this healing journey, that I try to avoid. So all you do is you give up, and then you lose time, you lose money, because you call some psychics every other day that tell you you'll be together tomorrow, and then you're at the same place again. So sorry, my memory is almost full, so I gotta go. But like, subscribe, reach out. I hope I helped you with this video. Love you all, and much love to you. Bye, you guys. See you soon.